G'day, I'm Melissa Shannon, founder of digitalscrapbookinghq.com, and today I'm here with a process video to show you how I created this scrapbook page. My scrapbook page today was inspired by the Layout Today prompt about using manners. This month's Layout Day theme is all about magic, scrapbook magic. And so we're being inspired by prompts every day to create our pages. So my prompt for today's layout was use your magic words or manners. Tell a story about manners, good or bad, and why it was significant. And then, if I'd like to, there's a technique prompt. Use one of the magic words in your title, e.g. please, thank you, excuse me, pardon me, or you're welcome. So for today's page, I instantly thought of a story. And then I chatted to my husband about it, and he came up with the same thing as well. I thought of a story about Emily on Christmas morning asking for fruit mince pies. But it was like, excuse me, Mummy, may I have one of those tasty looking pies? And it was just one of those moments that we all laughed. It was so adorable. So for this layout, I decided to see if I could get a jump start on my page with some pre-made elements. And I found a fun layered file from Scrapaneers Champions that had some embellishments that really spoke to me, and they jumped out because one of the words in the word art was tasty. So I thought, well, that'll work well. So it had two photo spots. So I just used one for my photo and the other for the journaling. So let's jump in to the process. So the supplies are from the Candy Crush kit that was part of Scrapaneers Champions a couple of years ago, actually. I love that subscription, and Tiffany has a great selection of videos and resources over there. They teach you new techniques every month, and there's usually a kit and templates and lots of goodies to go along with it. So it's perfect for starting off a page like this. I started this page with a little anecdote from Christmas Day 2014, where Emily has asked very politely, excuse me, Mummy, may I have one of those tasty looking pies? Which is the fruit mince pies that we have at morning tea at my parents' house every year. So I wanted to document that for the manners prompt. And then I was just looking through my stash for supplies that would help me get this story told. So what I did was I looked in my organizer for quick pages, because this is Layout a Day, so anything that will help me get the pages done more quickly. And I found this page, and I thought, oh, that's really cute. It says tasty and sweet tooth already. So I opened up that quick page, and I already popped my photo in here. I'll just show you using Control-Alt-G or Command-Option-G if you're on the Mac. Just a cute photo of Emily from around that time. And I typed out the little anecdote, and now I'm just going to try it with some different backgrounds to see what I like. And I quite like this one, but I kind of think maybe I should flip the layer vertically, and that would make the colors blend in a bit more. Not 100% sure on that, but maybe I could just move it up slightly. And get rid of these other layers. Maybe have a new layer and fill the new layer white. Pop that underneath that might help me because I'm not sure about that black stripe at the top. Just that could work if I got that. Anyway, we'll leave it here for now and we'll see. We'll see what I end up with. So instead of putting a photo here, I'm going to put my journaling. And I'm going to probably play with some embellishments from this kit. Now, this kit comes from the Scrapaneers Champions. And I'll just give you a sneaky little peek here. And this is just one of the many strategies in Scrapaneers Champions. This is actually from May 2015. So as you can see, it's 4 years later almost, and I'm still pulling out those supplies. So I'm not even sure if I want this tasty one now, so I might just play a little bit with what's going on this page and see how it looks. Just looking for some alphas to see if I can put tastier looking pies on this page. So what I'm doing here is I'm selecting the layer with an alpha like this. It's all on one layer. I'm just selecting each letter and creating a new layer with those. I use my marquee tool and I just draw around there. Then I'll duplicate the layers into this page. And then here's my quick trick for alphas. Select the move tool and then align them to the top to get them all lined up, and then just hold down your shift key as you're moving them and they'll stay perfectly lined up. Oops. Make sure you let go of the shift key. So you start moving, then hold down shift. Click on the layer, start moving, hold down shift. And then I'll group that word together. So now we just need an alpha for looking. Maybe we might try that. We might try this. Now, if you have your organizer set up for in this view where they're all tiled together, you can't actually unstack the stacks of photos. So if you've taken any of my organizing classes, I show you how to stack your alphabets to make them take up less room. So to unstack them, you need to press Control D or go to View Details, and then you can press this little arrow, and then you can do that. However, I've just realized I probably want to use my small text. So in my favorites here, I've got all of these small ones, small alphas. Let's have a look. Favorites, here they are. I feel like I should have some others as well. Let's look back and see what would match. I'm going to use the darker one for looking. So I'm just, with this individual letters alphabet, I can open them. Looking and hold down Control, click them all, and then click Edit with Photoshop Elements Editor. And then let's drag them on one at a time. And you're probably saying, look, they're going behind the photo. What's going on there? No worries. All we'll do is we'll select the layers. Again, using our Control key, we'll select all of them. We'll move them up to the top using Control Shift right bracket. I love my keyboard shortcuts. And you can see this is quite tiny, but hopefully it will work out because they're dark colours. Hopefully that'll work. Now for this alphabet, I don't even bother about aligning it. Well, maybe we could do an aligned center. See how that looks. Go to the tool options and then click align center. Yeah, that does look better. We'll add one of my favorite styles here. Then we'll group it again. And once they're grouped, we can move them around. Tasty looking pies. That could work as the title. I still feel like these are a bit too small, so don't tell anyone. I just resized something bigger. The cardinal sin of digital scrapbooking. But you know, rules are made to be broken. That's what they say, right? So we'll just use our mouse and move that around. So how is it looking? Pretty good. I do want to perhaps change that color. Let's see. And then I can actually probably remove this. As you can see, this whole section is one with the embellishment. So I can just use my marquee tool, select that, and then just press delete. And it's now gone from that layer. That's the benefit of these layered quick pages. They're not like a traditional quick page where you would have to like do some actual editing to make that happen. So let's just have a look. Now that I've got the grey text in there, maybe I will keep it with the original location. I'm going to remove this sweet tooth part because if anyone knows, I mean, I guess fruit mince pies are sweet, but they're not like sugary sweet that I associate with a sweet tooth. So I'm just going to do a little bit of selection work here. I'm going to use my selection brush to just select there, and then I can use the subtract mode to round off the edges here, and then I can, you know what's going to be a problem though, that leaf. Is going to be maybe that won't be so easy, because if I delete this, oh no, it is separate to the leaf. Well, that's quite handy indeed. So that worked quite well. And then I'm just going to use my eraser to just finish, probably erasing only in this area. So did you know you can use a selection as like a boundary? So when you use your eraser tool here, you can't actually go past the edge of the selection. So it's quite good. I love using my Wacom bamboo for areas like this, just because it's easier than trying to control a mouse. But I do love having, this is basically like popping a ruler up to the edge of your eraser, I guess, or your rubber as we would call it down here in Australia. Now, how does that look? Let's save our work. I do think it looks quite cute. I'm not convinced about that sweet there. Maybe I'll put it here. Maybe I'll pop it below those embellishments. Yes, that looks great. So over in the layer stack here, I'm just moving the layers around, and again I'm just going to grab my selection tool and remove that Candy Crush one by making sure I have that front layer selected and pressing delete. Now I can play around. I might resize that a bit smaller. I used my handwriting font here that I got from yourfonts.com. I'll link up to my bamboo and also that Your Fonts in the post for this video. And look, I think it is looking pretty fun now. I might even just edit this. I'll just select the part without the exclamation mark and click Add Layer Mask, and that'll hide that exclamation. Then I can zoom in a bit, trying to make these approximately the same size. So I think that's pretty good. You know, there's one last thing I always love to do. I'll click on this photo here and add, yep, you guessed it, a white border. Can't help myself, guys. I love those white borders. And let's just move this up slightly. I might even just resize that whole photo to make it take up more of that space. Or maybe not. These are the last finishing touches, hey. Do you ever find that when you're making a scrapbook page, you know, you think you just try to do the finishing touches and then you're like, nope, actually I'll just leave it exactly how it is. And I'll try and make an even amount of space. See, there's a space here, there's space here. I want to keep that trapped white space all the same. If I'm going to have trapped white space, we might as well make it consistent, right? All right, well, I think that's it for the layout. A cute moment of someone using their manners documented. Thanks so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn more about how you can create digital scrapbook pages, head to digitalscrapbookinghq.com.